Yo, what's going on, everybody? GZTV. Welcome back to another series review of Breaking Bad. We are on season 2, episode 2. It is called Grilled. Yeah, we have our second episode here of season 2. Meanwhile, my cousin is all the way on season 3, so I kind of want to catch up to him. I think, like, at most, we will watch episode 4 of this season before my vacation. I'm not going to watch any over vacation. Because then I'll have to catch up on all of it. I already have to catch up on all the NBA Finals games that are going to happen over my vacation break. But yeah, spoiler alert again. I go through the plot of these TV show episodes. It progresses. I only like TV shows that have progressive storylines like this. Obviously, we're going through the life of a dying man of cancer who is a former chemistry teacher who turned to the meth trade out of desperation for finances for his family and for his own cancer treatments. But yeah, it's been a really good story so far, and this episode was fantastic. By the way, I would say personally, I think it was fucking crazy. But let's go through the plot here. Having been kidnapped by a crazed Tuco, Walt and Jesse are held prisoner in a desert hideout where he takes care of his sick uncle, the mute Hector Salamanca. Hector is incapacitated from the neck down and unable to speak, but can communicate with a desk bell attached to his wheelchair. Hank and the DEA have rounded up Tuco's entire organization, and Tuco thinks that one of his associates ratted him out. He intends to keep Walt and Jesse in the compound until his cousins take them all across the border to Mexico. Hank, meanwhile, takes a bit of time off to look for Walt. Skyler's sick with worry and has been distributing handbills with Walter's photo. Hank remembers that Jesse Pinkman was Walt's source of marijuana and tries to track him down, which is a big, big mistake. Jesse Pinkman calling the Whites home, because now Hank knows that Jesse Pinkman is connected to Walter White in a drug trade. Maybe not the meth trade, but he's narrowed down that he sold pot with him. Walt tries unsuccessfully to poison a burrito Tuco prepares with the rice, and he has prepared. Hector thwarts the attempt, prompting Tuco to lash out at Walt and Jesse. What a fucking snitch. Tio. Obviously, Tuco calls him Tio because Spanish people call their aunts and uncles based on the Spanish name for aunt and uncle. Tio and Tia, obviously. But it was a roller coaster of an episode. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was kind of watching this and I was like, oh my god, no way Tuco's gonna eat that. Oh my god. Like, Tuco's a very smart man. I will give him credit. He knows who to trust. He knows who not to trust, and he's been successful in his drug trade. Obviously, now his whole crew has been tracked down. But this episode gets really crazy, so let me keep reading. Tuco takes them outside and plans to kill them, which obviously Tuco probably wanted to do all along. Knowing the guy, he's a crazed freak. Walt and Jesse manage to wound Tuco and escape, but that's not going to be the end of Tuco. I don't know why they didn't finish the job. There was some bad decision making by Walter White and Jesse Pinkman throughout this episode, and I'm so tempted before work to go out and watch the third episode. I might actually do that after these reviews. I might go up and watch that episode, because I'm really, really intrigued to see what continues to happen in this Breaking Bad series. But Hank shows up looking for Jesse and is confronted by a wounded Tuco. Very, very crazy plot twist. We thought that, Tuco's cousins had finally showed up to the site, and it turns out to be Hank. Now, Jesse Pinkman being connected to Tuco really helped the DEA capture Tuco and his mates. So really, I mean, shout out to Jesse Pinkman. He kind of helped them out because, Hank knows what car Jesse Pinkman drives, and that's a bad thing for Walter White, because obviously the DEA is going to be following Jesse Pinkman everywhere to try to find Walter. But oh my god, that's crazy. A brief firefight ensues with both men needing to stop and reload their firearms, but Hank ultimately shoots and kills Tuco. So Tuco is a pretty short-lived character for this show. Did I expect him to die in this episode? I don't know, honestly. I didn't expect Hank to die because Hank is too big of a character in this series. He heads the DEA. He's a big antagonist to Walter, whether or outside of family relations. He is a big antagonist for Walter's drug trade because he's trying to crack down all the biggest drug guys. But now that Tuco is dead, like, what is Walter White and Jesse Pinkman going to do? That was their biggest source of income, and obviously this wasn't a guy they can trust. But it's going to be interesting to see what exactly Walter White and Jesse Pinkman plan to do now that Tuco is dead and out of the picture, and obviously none of his associates are alive or free to give them any help or anything. But this was definitely one of the better episodes I've ever seen of Breaking Bad so far, and I think it's only going to get better. Uh, I don't know. There was a couple criticisms of the episode. Some of the scenes felt prolonged and overdrawn, but I think this is a really good episode. This is not going to be that long of a video because the plot is pretty plain and simple. The show, I don't know why people are saying it's overdrawn and or drawn out is really the word I should be using, but I think it gets straight to the point, and that's why this video is pretty short. I'm probably not going to talk about it much longer, but Skylar's in a nervous breakdown. She knows something's wrong with Walt. She's kind of known something is wrong with Walt the whole time. Her and Marie and Walter Jr. seek to find this man, Walter White. Which, will they ever find him? I mean, they possibly could, because before then, he was planning on going across the border into the jungles with Tuco, and they never would have probably seen their family man ever again. That would have been very sad for the Whites, but I think it's possible that Walter White shows back up at their household and kind of makes sure they know that he's still there. But again, out of desperation, this drug trade, he's gotten a lot of money out of it. He's been able to pay for some things, but all in all, it is not enough for Walter White. He is very ambitious in this show. He wants more and more and more. But anyways, that is going to do it. We are getting ready to review the next 2 episodes of Stranger Things. Now, yes, season 4, and I keep looking on TikTok, and I see so many people trying to spoil this for me. I'm not letting that happen. Obviously, I know the Vecna curse. Obviously, I know about the ticking clock that tempts everybody to their next victim or their demise, but we'll talk about that on the Stranger